large volumes. But let's get in. Our personal finance guest, Hemant Rustagi of Wiseinvest. Hi Hemant, thanks for joining us. Our first query is via an SMS. Zishan Zaidi has written to us. He says he's been investing in mutual funds for the last 4 years through the SIP route, and now that the markets are doing well, the portfolio returns are looking better. However, he is not sure whether the markets will continue to do well, and he wants to know if he should be redeeming his investments. Hemant?
Well, I must say that, investing through SIP is an ideal way for investing in equity funds, especially for those who want to accumulate a corpus over a period of time. But I think it's equally important to ensure that one invests with a clearly defined time horizon, because that ensures that, one continues the process irrespective of the market conditions. Now, in this case, he has been investing for the last 4 years. Now, as we know, these last 4 years were quite volatile, so I'm sure he would have definitely benefited in terms of lower average costs, and that's why his portfolio started looking better as soon as the markets improved. Well, yes, as far as the markets are concerned, it is difficult to predict how the markets are going to behave in the near term. But one thing is certain, that over a longer period, equities have the potential to do better than other asset classes. So if he has been investing in equity funds without a clearly defined time horizon or a goal, I think this is the time for him to do that. If he aligns his investment, his current investment, to some long-term goal, which may be 10 to 15 years away from today, I think what will happen then in that case is that he will not have to really worry about how the markets are going to behave 6 months or 1 year from now. So my recommendation would be that he should try and align these investments to his long-term goal and continue the process irrespective of the market condition. I think then only he can benefit from the true potential of equities.
Okay, some news coming in on Glenmark Pharma, where they have got the US FDA nod with regards to the Indore plant. This is source-based information at this point in time. Remember that the Indore plant, which is based in Madhya Pradesh, was a recently commissioned formulations manufacturing facility in Indore, and it has around a 280 million capsule capacity and or tablet capacity on a per annum basis, and it is primarily focused towards the North American as well as the European regions. So it is an important positive coming in for Glenmark Pharma that they have received the US FDA nod with regards to the Indore unit, and that should be a little bit of an incremental positive. The stock is reacting positively. But nonetheless, let's shift back to our personal finance corner. We have another SMS query this time round from Kaveri Kashyap, who writes to us from Kanpur. She says, since we are at the beginning of a new financial year, she would like to review her portfolio. She wants to know how important it is to review insurance portfolio and what are the factors that she needs to consider while doing so. Hemant, over to you.
Well, I think it's very important to review the portfolio once a year, and the objective should be clearly to rebalance the portfolio between different asset classes and within that asset class. Although I must say that there is no significance that it has to be done at the beginning of a financial year. But if she has been following that, or she intends to follow this strategy, over the longer period, then I think it will bring in some kind of discipline in our investment approach. And also, what will happen is, because the review will be done after a year, it will make the whole exercise tax efficient. As we know that, any long-term capital gain from equity is tax-free after 1 year, and from the debt options, it is, taxed at a concessional rate. So I think it makes sense to fix the time and do it once in a year. As far as the insurance portfolio is concerned, yes, I think it's absolutely necessary to review that portfolio along with the investment portfolio. I think a couple of areas that she needs to really focus on. One is she needs to make sure that she is adequately insured, both in terms of life insurance as well as health insurance. Now, there is a thumb rule to this as far as the life insurance is concerned, that the life insurance cover should be 10 times of one's annual income. So she needs to see that whether she has that kind of cover or not. Second important thing is that she should have the right insurance product in the portfolio. For example, we know that a term plan is definitely a better pure risk cover, because it is not only cheaper, it will allow her to have adequate risk cover. So I think she needs to look at that. And also, many investors make the mistake of accumulating policies over a period of time. Now, if she has been following that, I think it's time for her to realize that it's not the number of policies that will protect the family, but the quantum of insurance. So I think these are 3 areas that she needs to really focus while reviewing the insurance portfolio.
Okay, Hemant, thanks so much for joining us. Very informative. But let's go across to Sonia. She's waiting by. Sonia, while most of the auto sales numbers look okay, Bajaj Auto, it disappointed a bit?
Well, yes, it did, Reema. In fact, you know, the numbers have grown just about 1% on a year-on-year basis, the overall numbers. If you look at the domestic volumes, they have actually degrown this time around. This versus peers like Hero MotoCorp and TVS Motor actually delivering 12 and 50 and 17% growth respectively. So there's been a clear degree of underperformance that we have seen. Also for the three-wheeler segment for Bajaj Auto, it's degrown by 1%. This is the 9th consecutive month of contraction in the three-wheeler segment. Now, Bajaj has been losing market share in the domestic segment for quite a while, but the management told us that this month they have not lost any market share. In fact, the new Discover 100 that they've launched will ensure that their market share gets back to the 25% level very soon. Back to you.
Okay, Sonia, thanks very much for that. Bajaj Auto a little sluggish in today's trading session. For the markets, the Nifty is holding at 67.40. That's where we wrap up this edition of Markets and Macro from the entire team. Thanks for watching. Business Lunch up next.